supposed to be fun, and now I'm thinking I'm gonna die in this building tonight.
I'm a nurse and I couldn't help her. Something unseen was attacking her and we needed to get her out of the building.
My ghost story began when I was attacked by an evil spirit at the Mansfield building. Mansfield is just like any downtown, lots of tall buildings, but the Mansfield building is kind of out of place. It's a Gothic romantic building. It's very creepy even to see during the day. My girlfriend and I went to the Mansfield building because we'd heard so much crazy stuff that happened there. We had to experience it for ourselves.
We did hear that the Mansfield building was haunted. There were unnatural events occurring there. There was a history in the building of several workers that had terrible accidents there that did not make it out of the building.
During Prohibition times, there were some illegal activities that went on in the basement. A brewery was in there at one point in time. There's a history of a 8-year-old girl being raped and murdered in the building.
So we decided to take our equipment to prove that the Mansfield building was haunted.
When we first got to the building that night, we had been told that there had been some people in there before provoking the spirits there, and some things had been stirred up.
When you walk through the building, you get the feeling you're being watched, that every step you take is heard, every word you say is listened to.
We heard a lot of footsteps, some growls, and there was absolutely no one in the building. We opened the door to the garage, and there was a shadow man with a top hat standing there.
We were just totally floored. But we didn't want to stop the experience. It was something that we had initially went there to see, so we were getting our wish. We were seeing the entities and the spirits.
We went up to the second floor of the building. There's a elevator area there where a man was decapitated on his last day of work. And we had a lot of cold chills out of nowhere. There's no air conditioning in the building, no windows that are open, and it was not cold outside at all. Misty and I then went to the roasting room, which is where the little girl that they say was raped and murdered is known to hide out. We just kind of sat still and listened, and then we heard a voice, a little girl's voice, saying, "Mama." We both heard it twice.
We were startled and taken aback just due to the history.
Being mothers, it really pulled at our heartstrings, and we decided at that point, okay, we've got to go figure out where this is coming from, because it didn't come from inside that room. So at that point, we left and started heading to the third floor.
I actually went up the stairs backwards with my back to Stacy because it felt like someone was standing right behind me. The further we got up the stairs to the third floor, the more nauseated I was feeling, just not feeling right.
The first thing that Misty said was, "Something is not right up here. I think we should probably go."
Every inch of my body told me we needed to get out of there. Something bad was going to happen. I just wanted to get out of the building.
I thought that it would be a good idea for us just to kind of stay up there, sit, and just see what we could see and hear what we could hear.
We actually saw black masses that were coming toward us.
Dark shadows that were just playing from one side to the other. It was almost like they were just coming for you.
The nausea's getting worse, the headache's getting worse. I just kept telling her, I still don't feel very good.
I was very angry with whatever this thing was that was trying to hurt my friend.
She was like, "Leave my friend alone."
Why are you doing this to my friend? You want to make her sick, you want to make her feel horrible, and you can't do it to me?
Right after those words came out of her mouth, she became very restless. She was rocking back and forth, her legs were moving. She was saying evil things in a different voice that was not hers.
I do remember Misty grabbing a hold of me.
I said, "Stacy, look at me." And I flashed my flashlight on her face, and it was like her face had changed. It wasn't her face. Her eyes were dark, and she didn't say anything. She didn't respond to me.
I stood up, and instantly it felt like a branding iron was on my chest, just ripping it apart, and it felt like someone had their hands around my throat. I couldn't breathe.
It looked like someone was physically strangling her. She was gasping for air in front of me. making this awful gurgling noise. I was terrified. I didn't know what I could do. I'm a nurse and I couldn't help her. I knew this was nothing medically that was going on that I could fix. It wasn't a panic attack. It wasn't her anxiety going through the roof. Something unseen was attacking her, and we needed to get her out of the building.
I was petrified. I couldn't move, I couldn't breathe. My heart was absolutely racing. I thought, oh my God, I'm really gonna die. I'm never gonna see my kids again. You know, here we are, this is supposed to be fun, and now I'm thinking, I'm gonna die in this building tonight.
I felt very helpless, very helpless. I couldn't do anything for her.
Misty just started screaming, leave her alone, leave her alone.
I was finally able to drag her down the stairs to the main lobby.
When I came to down the lobby area, I was still not myself at all. I had an extreme headache. It literally felt like my brain was going to explode. I can remember just crying my eyes out, saying, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Misty had her rosary up against my head, and she was saying the Lord's Prayer over and over again, and just any prayer that she could think of, trying to get me back to myself. We went to the hotel. Misty had her room, I had mine. I went to change for the evening, and that was when I noticed scratches. And they were just angry red marks on my chest. It looked like 5 fingers scratched all the way down. And it felt like someone was pouring bleach into those scratches. They were on fire. I went over to Misty's room.
And she said, I want to show you something. And she pulled down her blouse. It looked like someone had taken 2 branding irons and just stuck them on her chest. I mean, she was bright red.
And at that point, she took the photographs of the scratches. For anybody that's a skeptic, we wanted proof.
For those individuals who do not believe our experience was real, we do have the proof. We have the pictures. We have the scratch marks on her chest. We lived the experience. We know it was real.
I still had nightmares for probably 3 weeks.
There are things out there that can hurt you and will hurt you and enjoy hurting you.
Getting scratched and attacked at the Mansfield building has definitely made me believe that evil spirits do exist.